So, guys, everyone, welcome to my channel. It's your favorite monitor engineer. So, basically, this is how I work. I build my mix throughout the night, and then in the morning, I just load the scene on the console, and we're good to go. No stress, because you don't want to start working trying to build your mix in the morning when you don't have much time. So for professional engineers that know what they want, all they just need to do is to build the mix, make it sound good in their eyes. And once they get to that stage, all they are just doing is just adjusting one or two things that they feel are not right. Like for my drums, you could see this is my kick. So this is basically just a rough, not really how I would want my mix for the kick, because you don't know how the kick drum is going to be sounding tomorrow. So just go through all of them. This is for the snare. Yeah, actually did this today during setup because the snare was sounding really bad. Had more of the 300 to 400 k, from the 300 to 400 hertz sound. It was sounding a bit too nasal and wasn't full, didn't have the depth. That brightness you need in a snare was not there. That was why I had to boost this around 8k. And also I had to cut this because the snare was sounding funny. So with all this, but don't worry, you will see the full video tomorrow. After service, I'll do a recording and you guys will see how the mix sounded during service. Like this is for my Tom 2 basically. So the Tom 2 needs a bit more of depth, not to be too bright. But for the Tom 1, yeah, you can make it brighter, because my Tom I use in church, the frequency it shows or gets to show me is around this, which is around 176 hertz. So I tend to work with it. Then I just cut a little bit of my 550 hertz just to cut off that nasal and mid, that makes it sound a bit not clean. It's not that clean. Makes it sound a bit noisy. I just cut it off. Then this just to make it brighter. So I cut this part off because if I should take this part back up, the thumb sounds a bit too bright. So but it's not too bright. So I have to just cut here so that this could kick in. And yeah, did a great job today at setup. This is for my floor tom. So basically my floor tom, I don't know if it's the vellum, but it doesn't really sound good. So this is my EQ for the vellum, and then this is my kick in. Yep. So my kick in, I'm going to be doing let's say about 100 hertz of low cut, and then also cut about 200, which is the muddy part of the kick, so that it has that bite I need to be popped up in the mix. And I could leave this part flying, but in some cases this part I don't like it in my mix. I would rather prefer here so that it gives it that weight, not the low end, but there's a weight the bite needs to have to make the kick sit. And this is what I do for my keys. I just do a low cut of about, let's say, 70 hertz, and that's it. Sometimes I tend to boost my low mid sometimes, but not always. Sometimes I cut, and this is for the track. Same thing, do a low cut of just about 30 because and this is my snare bottom. Yeah, this is not really my snare bottom just because the snare sounds not too good, so I had to do another mix for it, and this is it. And then this is the one I use for my snare bottom to bring out that brightness I want in this snare. And this is for my TV channel. I do this mix when I'm in church. I don't do it often because sometimes it can sound funny. And this is for YouTube. Basically, what I do is just a bit of low cut. I cut down the low mid a bit around 600 to sharpen up the mix, and then just do 1k away. Yeah, and that's good. Just for tomorrow, nothing much. Then, yeah, and these are my mics, which I'll be doing a thorough check on them tomorrow. So what I'll do is I'll just do a low cut to about 100 hertz and leave it there, and I'll copy it and paste on mic 2. It's not pasting, but this is just basically my mix. Yeah, so these are all my channels, and these are my bosses. Yep, this is my stage monitor, my drummers in here, pianos in here, free channel. So this is my subgroup. Basically what I use this for is the low end. So my sub in church don't really answer for me, so what I do is I do a subgroup, send all the instruments that have low end, I send them into it. You could see my floor tom, my kick in, not always, my kick, my floor tom, and then basically every play out source. So then when I go here, I then send it. I could send it to my metrics for tops and metrics for sub. Sometimes I tend to reduce it, not that much, so it's not too much on the tops, but more of it on the sub. And basically, yeah, so that's what I do. And then you could come, this is my master, this is the EQ I just did today. Not too much of all this is much, but I did this because of the PA I'm using is a CVR 10 inches CVR that has too much high, especially around the 10k axis. Like, you've cut every high you need to cut on all the mics, and the speaker will just be like, no, you've not cut enough, don't worry, and boom, cuts it for you. So yep, this is it. Subscribe and like if you love this video. Like, comment on your ideas, what you think I can change and what you think I could work on. It's just your favorite monitor engineer upcoming. Thank you for watching. See you next time.